in Corvallis. The Corvallis region ready to start. Goss Stadium, opening round. Michigan and Creighton, a terrific matchup to start our day. Who is Creighton? How'd they get here? Well, they have a terrific manager, head coach that is, Ed Service, 38-11. Look at their RPI, 23. And out of the Big East, they're the only Big East team that has made the tournament. And you already opened the door on Mitch Reagan. He's had a terrific year, and the seniors are hometown guys out of Omaha.
Look, he's a real deal. He's a fastball slider changeup guy. One thing about him, he only has 14 walks on the season. In other words, he's the guy that's going to pitch to contact.
Their power right now is on top with Jordan Wogu and Jesse Franklin. They've combined for 22 home runs.
Look, you're going to see an unusual leadoff hitter. You and I are both excited to see how he swings. He spreads out, and he will ambush at the top of this lineup. Loves to swing for power. Jesse Franklin, big swing. Don't mind the average at only 254 because he'll run into balls. These two guys are very unorthodox.
Increases his lead. And that might be two. Strunts to Collins, and he turns it. That's the Creighton defense. Underway in Corvallis. The Blue Jays coming up. Eric Bakich and his Michigan Wolverines. Second in the regular season in the Big Ten. Final RPI rank at 39. Carl Kaufman taking aim at the Blue Jays, the sophomore, and a Michigan guy, Bloomfield Hills. And the Blue Jays lineup, the thump is in the middle with Jake Holton. We told you about him, but Will Robertson has had a good year. He's got 13 home runs.
Some kind of player, some kind of hitter for California.
That's a good breaking ball. On the ground, brings Thomas to his right, and both pitchers survive their leadoff walks. Underway in Corvallis.
Talking about that UCLA team, you know, when you get to regionals, again, the hot team typically can carry through pitching and defense. See another good pitch there, just off the strike zone. That's what you like to see.
It's like a great changeup. Hit hard, diving stop. Hovey on his feet, and safe at first. Terrific play. That ball's hit well. Right field and deep. Robertson back. It is gone. Way gone. Christian Bullock. Michigan a 2-0 lead. Just his second of the season.
Now remember, he's playing with the injury to Jordan Bruder. He's out in right field, and the word was that there's no fear in this kid. In fact, he's one of those kids where, even though he hasn't played all season, the draft and the scouts know about him. Take a good look at this. He sets it. He knows it when he hits it. Must feel good to not, to be able to sit on the bench.
5, 6, 7 in the Blue Jays order. Into the bat, and a little floater out into center field, and it's caught there. Snow cone by Akeo Thomas. Another 5. That was a narrow win over Xavier. Rolled up the middle, backhanded there. Terrific play by Thomas. They work on that in the offseason. Into left, that's a base hit. A 2-out single for Vilches. And Creighton has their second base runner of the game. Good breaking ball. Carl Kaufman comes in and retires the Blue Jays. 2-0 Michigan. In talking to Curtis Granderson last year about it, it is a terrific program, and that you got a couple of hits from the Chicago kids here. The home run by Bullock, and Thomas leads off with a single to left. And one out here for the Wolverines in the third. 1-2. Driven to center field. Will be deep enough to score the run. Hannafin makes the catch. And coming home and scoring is Akeo Thomas. And Michigan chases home the run. Wogu is still at first. Blomgren hung in as long as he could in that at bat. Finally got a pitch he could drive, and he did it.
3 and 4 pitcher on a staff, especially at college, that ratio really changes.
Slowly hit. Blomgren on the run. Got him. Check. Good start so far. That's happened. That's a really nice breaking ball. Reagan gets the strikeout. And Lewis is out number 1.
This season, he had 14 walks in 90 innings. That's remarkable.
That ball's driven to right center field and hit well and run down there in the sun by David Robertson. Hard smash into left field. That's a base hit. And that's the importance of getting Holton back up to start the inning. Strunt's a chopper, leaping catch. That's a fair ball out there. The turn is late by Thomas, but a nice play at third by Nelson. The breaking ball and a strikeout. And all of a sudden, it feels like Mitch Reagan has found
one that's maybe down and away, a hard slider.
Well, there you go. That's a quality pitch right there. His swings. And he drives that ball to right center field. Hits it well. Robertson back at the wall. Gone! Opposite field. Jordan Wogu. And the Wolverines go deep again and lead it 4-0.
You know, and we just got done talking a little bit about the idea of throwing in the lanes. It's very similar to hitting a ball, for example, an opposite way. Now, you're going to get good look from the side. His power is opposite way. Now, what does that mean? That's a terrific swing. You see he's got a little bit of an uppercut. But the other way to me for him is in between second and the second baseman. That's where his power lies. This ball goes right over the second baseman. With that, 3 or 4 runs per inning.
Nelson to his left, spins and makes the play. Swing and a miss. Kaufman is rolling right now. He has the first 2 outs in the 5th. As you're one of the last 4, and that ball to right field is hit pretty well and deep. And Jimmy Kerr out of here. 3rd home run for Michigan. My goodness, 3 homers against Mitch Reagan. It's the first multi-home run game that he's had as a pitcher. And Kerr hits his 9th.
Jimmy Kerr is a terrific story, 3rd generation Wolverine. And he struggled early in the season, but had a game at some point where he got 5 hits. He was 5 for 5. And for him, it became a confidence issue. That 5 for 5 game all of a sudden kind of locked him in, and he's been able.
And he swings through a breaking ball.
The 3rd baseman, Blake.
Hits it hard. That's a nice play there by Parker Holton. And just gets to the bag to narrowly. You see that Indiana score that just popped by. One of 5 Big Ten teams. And Jonas Smith arrives on the scene and strikes out the first man he faces, Joe Donovan.
Well, you can already tell when we watch him throw a little bit. He's got a little bit of a funky hitch in his giddy up on his windup. He's all the way there, or even working on hops sometimes is overlooked.
Hard smash in the hole, backhanded there. Strunts. There's some of that defense right there.
Oh,
Good
there you
strong
go.
throw.
Right, and there you go. Look caps of your first baseman. That way they can stretch for you.
Wogu has another hit. And so he's aboard. That's going to fall in the left field for a hit. Wogu to second. And Jesse Franklin follows Wogu. He lines one into center field, and it's a base hit. Wogu will score. And he's doubled over at first base. Unbelievable. Blomgren looked like he was straight taking on the 2-2 pitch. Even taking that pitch looked painful. Now he's holding his back. He just rifled one into center field.
Oh, man, it literally almost looks like when he pitched that ball that he threw it into his bat, because I think there's only one swing path right now that Blomgren could swing.
And I don't think he was trying to decoy anybody by holding his back and then taking that 2-2 pitch. 06 and 07, it really blew up here. How about Carl Kaufman? A 1-2-3 7th. He's through. There is a possibility that he can pinch hit if needed. That's another great at bat by Bullock. My goodness, smoked into the gap. He's got speed around first and a head first slide for a double. And they beat Florida Atlantic 13-7. Pop up into shallow left, fighting the sun out in left. Upton makes the catch. Michigan leaves 2, but leads at 6-0.
As we roll into the bottom of the 8th, it has been all Carl Kaufman. As you see, the fastball and slider, the combination. And what else could you ask for from your starting pitcher, who really takes it upon himself to say, hey, look, give it to me. I'm going to save the bullpen. He's been terrific today, especially against Jake Holton on the inner half. He's throwing a lot of fastballs in there to get those strikeouts. I just think so far he's been terrific. Little trouble in the first inning, walked the first hitter of the game. After that, it's just been cruising. They're not going to do that. You'll see a lot of guys come out of the pen.
That's a strike. That's a nice comeback for Kaufman after walking Hannafin. He strikes out Collins.
Well, they've been back there all game. They're just not afraid to get back there against that wall. Good pitch.
Kaufman finishes Upton, and now he gets to face Holton.
Only got 12 at-bats on the year. That could be a really decisive factor for Michigan.
Swing and a miss, dug out there. Vilchis fires to first in time. Carl Kaufman has been terrific. 8 shutout innings. 6-0 Michigan. That's Franklin out there. And Carl Kaufman is an out away from a shutout to open up Michigan's NCAA tournament.
For the last little bit of energy that he has.
That's into right field, and that's a base hit. And so the question is, if Creighton now with a base runner, and Eric Bakich is going to come out and make the change. Coming into this game and in this game, and he certainly got it from that guy. Good number of Michigan fans here, and a deserved ovation for Carl Kaufman. He got him, letter high fastball, and the Wolverines shut out the Big East champs to open the Corvallis Regional. 6-0 the final. Even without the Big Ten Player of the Year, the Wolverines impressive. 3 home runs, 8 2/3 of brilliant starting pitching from Carl Kaufman. Wiesenberger gets the last out. And if you were to draw this up, I know you'd like to avoid the injuries, but Michigan has to be pretty pleased with today.